after 75, the vigor, I think there's some scientific idea there that maybe the vigor is not as much after 75 years. So that one I wouldn't quarrel with some. I know there are some leaders who have been leading even beyond 75. But I think if you want very active leaders, it's good to have the ones below 75.
So are you saying you wouldn't go beyond 75 yourself, sir?
Not at all.
That is what President Yoweri Museveni told NTV in an exclusive interview in 2012. But now, as the debate on whether Parliament should change the Constitution and remove the 75-year limit for anyone to stand for president gains momentum, a senior presidential advisor has urged the president to keep his word.
Pushing the age upwards, it has some problems. One of the problems is that as we grow older, and I know what I'm talking about, I'm 79. As we grow older, our facilities lessen. Therefore, there's a danger that we might get to the stage where the Zimbabweans who have got a 94-year-old president. It's not working.
John Nagenda, the senior presidential advisor on the media and public relations, says it would be wrong for his boss to be party to any effort to amend the constitution to remove the 75 age limit to allow him to continue in power for 40 years.
There are some people who've grown very, very wealthy by supporting the president, and they should not get any wealthier than they are at the moment.
At the moment, there is no bill or proposal before Parliament to amend Article 102, Clause B of the Constitution that bars anyone beyond 75 years from standing for president. Nagenda told NTV that he has spoken to the president on the age limit matter, but declined to reveal details of the conversation. But he urged his boss not to associate with people pushing him to influence MPs to amend the Constitution if the proposal comes to allow him to contest in 2021.
40 years ago, or thereabouts, this country was in terrible, terrible problems. And it has changed dramatically. Don't let us behave in a way where change comes through force. And let us, whoever we may be, think first of our country and then of ourselves.
Nagenda also asked the president to ignore calls from those including his private secretary, David Mafabi, asking him to contest again and complete his development projects.
And there are people, equally, as I'm talking to you now, if you go and talk to them, they'll give you the reasons why the president should stay in place. I disagree with those reasons. And the president should be aware of these people who are trying to keep him in that place, because they're not his true friends.
And what if it comes to pass that Parliament amends the Constitution, paving way for President Museveni to contest again?
All that he has done. He's a friendly person. He's a fair person. I would think that it was a backward step for him to run again. And yes, I would tell him.
Nagenda, who has been a presidential advisor for about 20 years, says it would be unfortunate for the Constitution to be amended just to benefit one man, Museveni.
If every time we want somebody to stand, we change the Constitution, it means that what we are doing will be, it's like instead of giving you soup, gravy with your meal, they give you water. It doesn't taste nice. You water down the Constitution. There are serious other areas where you might say the Constitution should be changed. But I don't think that on this particular point. And I would advise the members of Parliament, who have the right to vote as they feel fit, that on this one, they keep the age limits, which are very good.
He also urged Mr. Museveni to identify other good leaders to build on his good deeds.
I get nightmares that by bad luck, there is no heir to Museveni in place. And then Museveni, as happens to most human beings, all human beings, dies. My fear, my nightmare, is that we would spend the next few years with people fighting for the presidency, which would be extremely wrong. And they will. You know, I won't mention names, not necessary. But therefore, somebody should be groomed starting yesterday, so that when President Museveni steps down, they're ready.
On whether the president's son, Major General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, should succeed him, Nagenda strongly objected.
Because he hasn't even stood for chairman of LC1. He has been doing other things. He's a very, very good soldier. I know him. He's a very polite young man, and I like him, what's more. As I like his father, by the way. I should have said that. But he's not going to be a proper president, in my view. And if he stands and the people want him, who am I to stop them? But I hope he won't stand.
Some political observers, civil society activists, and politicians urge that the 10th Parliament would betray Uganda if they lift the presidential age limit. Agness Nandutu, NTV Tonight.